In addition to, as I say, a lot of these countries' economic models tantamount to sort of driving along, as I say, with their handbrakes on, that straitjacket, which a lot of the state presence, state ownership, state regulation, state ceilings on investment, state tariffs, state behind-the-border barriers have done a lot, in my view, to sap the entrepreneurialism and to hold back the dynamism and enterprise that is sort of waiting to be sort of unlocked and unleashed right across this region of the world. And I think the second political trend that therefore you're going to see is a realization by many governments that this straitjacket has been too tight, too self-defeating, and I think is going to be loosened. I think you're going to see a cautious, incremental, creeping liberalization of economies in which incentives and green lights are going to be given to much more active private enterprise, introduction of foreign capital, liberalization of exchange rates, of interest rates, a whole sort of panoply of essentially market-based and driven capitalist characteristics and behavior which we take completely for granted in the West, but which in a whole number of different ways are sort of quietly suppressed or held back or hidden in different countries in Asia. And I think when we see, as I believe that we are, and I've just come from Beijing and Shanghai, and was talking to political leaders in China about what they say is going to be announced in the coming days, which is a sort of pilot testing, of a road testing of Shanghai being turned into what they conventionally call a sort of free trade zone, but is in fact going to have very many more very far-reaching features in which a colossal and exciting experiment is going to take place in that city over the next 3 years. Essentially, releasing, putting off the handbrake, releasing that city's sort of economic area from that rather familiar Chinese state straitjacket, and to see what happens when capitalism is allowed to thrive. And if that works in China over the next 3 years, the intention of state leaders, party leaders in China, is then, if it works in Shanghai, is to roll it out and make it work in the rest of China. Now, why do I stress that in conclusion? It's obviously has huge implications for the economic growth and development of China, but I also think it will carry ramifications for the whole of Asia, because when they see such a change taking place in the large dominant economy in this region, and potentially being as successful as I suspect it will be, then competitive pressure, the desire to keep up, the desire to copycat what China is doing, is likely to kick in many other Asian countries. And I therefore think you're going to have a release of sort of market-driven incentives of liberalization and freedom over the next 10 to 20 years, which will have a transformative effect on the economic growth, the rise of consumer demand, the development of brands, the internationalization of businesses in Asia, which is certainly going to have a transformative effect here, but which is then going to have a huge, and in my view, benign impact on the rest of the world. And I, for one, can't wait to see it start. Thank you very much.